to Beyond the Headlines, where we break down today's local news stories with our very own reporters. I'm Brianna Rittman.
And I'm Cameron Main. Today we're discussing how the government shutdown is impacting air traffic travel right here in Peoria. Then we are getting a recap of Veterans Ceremony happening in the Twin Cities.
And keeping on honoring our veterans for Veterans Day, we hear about a special parade that happened earlier this morning.
Ooh.
Now, our first local story of the day puts Cameron in the hot seat with day 42 of the shutdown. We're still wondering how the longest shutdown in history will impact us. Now, Cameron has been researching how the shutdown is impacting air travel. He wouldn't even give me an update before we
Yeah, I had to, I don't want to give the whole story away, I'm just going to keep it a little surprise.
So now that we are on air,
Okay, yes.
we're on show, are we still in a government shutdown?
Yes, I think that's one of the confusing things. Sometimes it's a little confusing.
Right.
Even though it passed the House and it went to the Senate and then we were stuck there forever, but because they changed things, they have to go back to the House and basically do a concurrence vote. And so there's still some basically finagling, or however you would like to say it. The House is going back tomorrow, so on Wednesday the Congress people will be in the House of Representatives to vote on it. But obviously there's a bunch of things that could come up that could slow it down. Maybe they don't have the votes anymore. Maybe there's some Republicans that want to actually do the vote on the healthcare premiums right now, which is what the whole thing was all about. But I think the biggest thing is that it has affected air travel.
Right.
And that's SNAP benefits and air travel have been two of the biggest concerns, I think, with the shutdown. And with the air travel, it's mainly affected the biggest airports.
Right.
And we saw the FAA, the Federal Aviation
Association?
Yes, that's it. Thank you. They had a 10% cut to the 40 biggest airports, 10% flight cut.
Right.
So, pretty big deal.
I've had friends and family are like, I plan to go here, but I don't know because my flight might change. So we see it with the major airports in major cities, but locally here, how's it impacting the Peoria International Airport?
So when I talked to Gene Olson, he said that there were some flights that had been negatively impacted. There was some reductions, some cuts, but again, they're quite a small airport. Obviously, their flights weren't the ones cut. It was the flights that may be coming to and from maybe O'Hare, maybe from Dallas. Those are the two biggest airports in the world, basically. So those are some of the airports that have been affected. But I talked to a lot of people that were coming to and from or meeting people at PIA, and almost across the board, flowing regards. No one was, there was some people that were a little worried on the flight, but they didn't really feel that many delays. There weren't many cuts. Their flights, they were able to get to and from very easily, very safely. It seems like the whole system is still working. And Gene Olson has told me, we've kind of been talking back and forth throughout the shutdown, and he told me that the air traffic controllers every day are coming in with the same energy and the same, hoo-ha, basically, to actually run the air safety part of it and keep flights moving back and from.
Now, as I said, we were talking about our family and friends, a little concerned because this is cutting it real close to Thanksgiving. Oh,
yes, it is. And that was one thing Gene Olson was a little concerned about, mainly because, again, the bill has to still go through the House. We don't know how fast that's going to be or if it's going to be slowed down by anything. Again, Republicans have a 3-seat majority, so they literally can't afford even having a couple of people opposed to it.
Okay.
So that's even just 4 Republicans could completely screw this up, right?
Right.
That's the kind of where they are. And so we could be in a whole different world. It's all waiting on what happens Wednesday, but even after a funding bill passes, it'll be 8 to 10 days, according to Gene Olson, before air traffic controllers see a paycheck. And that is...
And they're already about,
that's
2
pretty much
behind.
Yeah, and that's pretty much just 1 or 2 days away from the big flights happening.
Okay. Well, thank you, Cameron, for keeping us up to speed with air travel. Now, here's a story that will make our producer, Sarah, happy. Every year, families revisit many classic holiday movies. Now, this year, one of those will include a brand new movie featuring Sarah's favorite band. Take a wild guess. Don't.
I just looked at the teleprompter,
so I know. It up. The Jonas Brothers are back on the big screen with their Christmas movie coming out on Disney Plus and Hulu this Friday.
Wow, okay. I didn't know they were going to make a whole movie. I thought the
You
Jonas
know,
Brothers had
I'm
kind of fallen
here for
off.
the rom-commy, Hallmarky type of movies. I might give it a check. I like, year 3000, so I might check it out.
Oh, okay.
Rediscover its magic.
Oh,
they
okay.
have to get back home for
Our
Christmas.
producer says they have to get back home to Christmas. What you just said.
Okay.
So
love a Hallmarky
I'm
movie.
not super sold on the movie. I like my Star Wars. I like my Lord of
Okay.
the Rings. I like to see things happen. And no, I would not watch a movie. I just don't think this is gonna be a movie I go out of my way to watch. Maybe if I'm on because speaking of flights, the flight from Dallas to Melbourne, where
Right.
I'm originally from, is the 4th longest flight in the world.
But didn't you say you watch, what movie did you say you watched?
Lord of the Rings,
Lord of the Rings, right.
they have Qantas flights. This isn't sponsored, but they have Lord of the Rings on their
Right.
airplanes, and that is something that has been really fun.
Sorry, I can't keep up. When we come back to Beyond the Headlines, we've got Austin Feeman talking about how veterans were celebrated in the Twin Cities. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Beyond the Headlines on the WMBD Plus app, where we today are remembering and honoring our local veterans for Veterans Day. WMBD's Austin Feeman. Oh, well, why don't you say
Oh,
this?
no worries. No worries. Austin, by the way, we enjoyed your sound check singing the Star Spangled Banner, was it?
Yeah, he was singing that during his mic check. but-
Right. So he joins us from the Twin Cities newsroom to tell us about the Veterans Day ceremonies in Bloomington Normal and how they were honoring veterans. So, Austin, what happened at the ceremony today?
Yeah, so thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed my sound check. I had a very fun time singing to myself. Now, today at the ceremony that was at the VFW 454, I believe, in Bloomington, they honored veterans throughout the Twin Cities with a special ceremony. Basically, during the ceremony, they sung patriotic songs, they shot off some rifles, they waved flags, they had guest speakers, all sorts of different things to kind of honor these veterans in a special way, to make sure that they knew that they are being honored. Excuse me. The mayors of Bloomington and Normal were in attendance, and something that I learned today is that the mayor of Normal is actually a veteran. And he gave a speech during the ceremony as well to kind of honor the rest of the veterans and to share how important they are, not only to the community but to the country as a whole. But yeah, there is also a guest speaker from the Army who's in active duty. He shared stories of his time in the Army, and even before he was in the Army, before he knew what the Army was, he actually thought that veteran meant a veterinarian, and was excited to learn about them, and then was disappointed when it wasn't about animals, but ended up becoming
cute.
or joining the military instead, and yes.
That is cute.
Yeah, it is really cute. So today is Veterans Day, so how does someone honor vets on Veterans Day? Explain that.
Yeah, so it's important to know that Veterans Day and Memorial Day are two different things, and they celebrate two different people in the two different veterans. Excuse me. Veterans Day honors the people who are still living and who are serving or have served in the past. Memorial Day is more to remember the people that have passed fighting for our country. So it's important to note that there are differences between the two holidays, and that today we are honoring those who are still alive and that have fought or are still fighting for our country. But basically the best way to honor a veteran that you may come across is just a very sincere thank you. Let them know that you appreciate everything that they have done for the country that you live in, and Yeah, that's basically, just giving that sincere thank you. There's veterans everywhere. Your neighbors, someone in your family, everyone knows someone who is a veteran. So if you do see someone who is a veteran today, make sure you tell them your sincerest thank you.
Just very quickly, Austin, what a lot of people mainly remember veterans for sacrifices they made in the wars, but what are some of the sacrifices vets have made that people may not know about?
Yeah, so you can read about the wars in the history textbooks or on television shows, and you can see what happened as a whole, but you'll never know what happened to each individual person. A lot of these veterans, they spend 12 hours a day, 24/7, maybe on a ship or on duty. They don't get to talk to their family. They don't get to reach out. They don't get a lot of time to rest, and they're constantly being worked, and it can take a toll on someone's body, and they're not able to come home for holidays. They're not able to spend time with their family, watch their children grow up possibly, and that can take a toll. Not being away from people that you loved for so long, it can be really hard, and so it's just there's a lot more ways that veterans have a lot more sacrifices that they have made. But through all of that, unfortunately, 22 veterans a day do commit suicide from all of the torment and the horrors of war. So it's important just to make sure that you are standing with those veterans and making sure they know that they are appreciated for what they have done.
All right, thank you so much, Austin. Appreciate you breaking that down for us. And we got something quickly to check out. Lots of people had thoughts about the moon, and they claim full moons make them restless or out of sorts. But what does the science have to say about this? Well, Swiss researchers did a study. They looked at people's sleep patterns during various phases of the moon. When it was full, they found a 30% drop in deep sleep brain activity. During that same time, it also took participants 5 minutes longer to fall asleep. They slept 20 minutes less overall. Other studies also showed disruptions in sleep habits during the full moon. Some studies show women experience even more disruptions during this time than men. So you would be affected more.
Aren't we always?
Aren't we always? Isn't there always something that causes a problem?
For women, can never know what's going on. It's a full moon, menstruation, just never know what's going on. Pregnancy, all the symptoms are the same.
Yeah. No.
All the symptoms, you can't get any sleep.
Sometimes, it's like you guys get put through a lot, I've realized.
And then come to work with a smile on my face like nothing's even wrong.
You work way harder than I do.
All right, well, we've got one more local story for you when we return to Beyond the Headlines. We're sitting down with Alex Berger to talk about some construction updates in Tremont. Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines on the WMBD Plus app. Our final local story is about some updates to construction in the village of Tremont. WMBD's Alex Berger, the man who's lived there his whole life, joins us now to give us a breakdown of what's going on.
I do want to recognize you. I think you just hot mic'd yourself saying that, so you're just like, why are they playing the intro again? a little technical difficulties in this area. But yeah, all right, Alex, talk to us. What's new with the construction in Tremont?
Yes. In Tremont.
I love working with you guys.
So in Tremont, it's been going on for a while. It's something that has kind of been pushed back a bit because it was going to be so extensive of construction. Basically, Route 9 or Pearl Street, either one, there is a lot of construction barrels. There's work being done, as you can see from some video I took today.
Our roads are completely shut down.
Just about. It looks that way, but it's down to one-lane traffic. So basically,
Look at your high school.
that is my high school. I talked to my old superintendent. Well, he was my principal at the time. Then he turned into superintendent. Sean Berry.
Promotion.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. He's awesome. But so the new thing is a temporary stoplight and down to 1-lane traffic. Now, they told people that this would happen, that it was going to go down to 1-lane traffic, and people have been doing pretty good, but I mean, in a town where we've never had a stoplight, it's just a little different. So people...
You don't have a stoplight?
We have no stoplights. We only have stop signs.
Really?
Yeah. And even
That's
that,
breaking news for me.
I mean, living in such a small town, I mean, like even having a Dollar
What is your
General.
population?
2,200 now.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
So
There's some people.
yeah, like us and us and Mackinac are about the same size.
Okay, that's not bad.
Just about like
Okay.
about the same population.
2,200 is a good amount.
Yeah. But
Because
yeah,
I was out in McLean, they don't even have 1,000.
oh yeah. Oh yeah,
So-
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a real small, but that's a whole county as well. Like that's otherwise than just McLean.
But the village of McLean only
Yeah.
has like 700 something.
Yeah.
Roanoke
But it
or
has that
uh,
arcade place.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been there?
Oh, that's great. I love that place, 8-bit. Yeah. But so
Tremont.
new stoplight, and it's there temporarily. It's
We
just
need to
that
have
like
a grand ceremony, a big ceremony for that.
Yeah.
it's only temporary, and I think an actual permanent stoplight might scare us, truthfully, because it's like
It might cause a riot.
yeah.
So this stoplight is only temporary.
Yes, this is only temporary.
I've seen one of those before.
Yes, this is kind of similar to the one for anyone
How
who is
long
driving.
been adjusting? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's similar to the one that was on the Broadway exit off 155 for driving slang. Up on the ramp there where it's on a timer. There's no sensor as opposed to a regular stoplight, so it takes a really long time. And You
Right.
can't turn right on red. So you have to sit there and wait. And so it's pretty, but it's part of this big overall project to create a wider Route 9
Okay.
so that there's turn lanes to improve the flow of traffic. It's a $12 million project. So it's
So
and
it's just
still
a
no
bump.
stoplight's going to be at the end of
No
the day. And it's
stoplight, yeah.
$12 million, and we're still not going to get a stoplight.
$12
Wow.
million. It's headed by R.A. Cullinan and Son. And I asked Mr. Barry, I cannot call him Sean. His name's Sean Barry, but I can't call
You
him
got-
Sean.
yeah.
It's
I
so
feel
difficult
that.
for me. But I asked him, I said, like, how much communication do you have with the school or with the construction company? And he said, well, a fair amount, because the person who's the liaison for the company is an alum of Tremont.
Oh, okay.
So I was
So
like,
it actually
oh, that's
works out.
perfect. How about
Full
that?
circle,
What a
just
small
hand in hand.
town.
Yeah, and the main thing right now is they're just working through basketball traffic. They're getting ready for that as that season is coming up here. And then football traffic, they said, went really well.
So a lot of traffic changes and sounds like that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for breaking that down, Alex. Appreciate
Of
it.
course,
Thank you.
anytime I get to talk about Tremont.
But I wanted to show you guys this one because we were counting all the different construction projects. So let's count some Sesame Street premieres on Netflix.
What?
And can you believe it? It is just 56 years ago it made its debut on national television, now PBS. And I bet you all didn't know that I Am Big Bird.
Wow.
Yeah, that is.
Thanks for giving us that.
That was if
I actually
said that
quoted
before.
Elmo today in a conversation.
You what?
I actually quoted Elmo today in a
Yeah.
conversation. Because, him and Rocco don't get along, and I was talking to somebody, and I was like, this is the sticking point, Francesca.
See, Elmo was a big part of my childhood. I would watch Elmo's
Yeah.
World and be like,
I think my favorite guy
Okay,
was
impersonation?
the garbage one.
The
guy-
garbage-
Oscar the Grouch,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love him. He's
Oscar the Grouch.
Cookie Monster,
But it's been so
Cookie
long.
Monster's
Sesame Street
huge.
wasn't my biggest thing as a kid. I would watch it, but obviously it was like Play School was huge.
Okay.
I think that was an Australian only one. Then obviously
Exclusive.
the Wiggles, the Australian
We're the
Wiggles.
Wiggles.
You know,
AU.
people don't really know this, but the Wiggles are Australian. And you can
Fruit salad.
Fruit salad, yummy, yummy.
You can hear it when they say fruit salad.
Exactly.
Oi, mate, where the Wiggles?
Choo choo, chugga chugga, big red car. All right, Brianna, sign us off.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for today's Beyond the Headlines. I love working with you all.
Me too. You can find all these stories and more over on our website, ciproud.com.
For breaking news and weather updates 24/7, log on to ciproud.com and download the free CI Proud to Go mobile app.